Okay, friends. Now we should start now because it is around 12:13. So, friends, first of all, how are you all? I hope you all are fine at home, fine and
Fine,
safe, and
yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Fine, sir.
okay, good with good health. Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
we shall learn something more about the topic what we were discussing in the last session in knowledge and curriculum. And in the exam, I hope everyone's exam was fine. Okay, it was fine because I checked your papers. Most of the answers are very finely written. Important thing is that we should express our own views regarding any answer, okay, regarding any question. That is very much important. And I taught you once that we should make a definition of anything. We should make a definition of anything, okay, because we are teacher, and definition should not be any standardized, should not be in standardized form. Okay, it can be anything. Okay, but it should give us proper meaning of that particular thing. That is important. Okay, that is definition. So whatever is asked in the question paper, we should first prepare a small definition regarding that, 1 or 2 lines definition. Okay, based on our own knowledge and comprehension. Okay, that is important. And today in this session, we are going to discuss some of the important points of democracy and education. Okay, we were discussing about democracy, the definitions of democracy and the small concept. Okay, okay, friends. We were discussing about democracy and we started one presentation at that time. So we were in between, I think, in the presentation during the concept of democracy, and we were planning to go for the next topic of the relationship of democracy and education. Okay, so first of all, uh, let me ask you your own views regarding the relationship between the two, democracy and education. So tell me about it. What is the relationship between democracy and education according to you as a teacher? Okay, so as first, anyone, yourself and it's a very simple question.
Uh, As a teacher, like if you allow your students or you give democracy to them, or if then they will be able to learn more and more, and especially they will not be afraid of you or sharing their views that ma'am I did not understand or sir I did not understand. If they'll be free to express their feelings, then they will understand things in a better way. That is what I feel.
Okay, that's very excellent answer. So, friends, basically the role of teacher is here as a democratic person. We are here. Okay, and there is one thinker. His name is R.S. Peters. R.S. Peters. Peters. So he once opined that, he once said that there should be two types of relations. Okay, first is I and it. I and it, and second one is I and thou. Thou is for you. In old English it is used as thou, thou. Okay, so it was he said that there are two relationships. Okay, first one is I and it. I means we are. Okay, we are here, we are the I, and the second one, the person in front of us, is it. So it can be anything, any non-living thing. Okay, not a living thing. So, and the second one is I and thou. So I, once again, we are, and thou means you. So you, we use generally you as for a living person. Okay, for the second person in front of us. Okay, so so we have to choose one particular type of that relationship. So what we can choose, what we should choose, the second one. Okay, obviously we should go for the second one, I and thou. because that is very much important. And as we know that human touch is very much important in teaching learning process. What is human touch? Anyone please answer me. What is human touch according to you? Human touch.
It is a way of like in right now we are all missing our classrooms. That is actually we are missing the human touch.
Yes.
So
Yes,
human
that's
touch
fine.
means personalized attention and physical presence of all.
Yes, brilliant. So attention is to be given. It is very much important because, for example, when we take the example of our own house, okay, at home we are living with 2 or 3 people, with our child, with our mother and father, parents and elders are there, brothers and sisters are there. Okay, so human touch is there. We are taking attention, we are taking personalized attention. Okay, we are giving them attention as well as we are taking care of them. Okay, that is very important. And in the same way, as I taught you before, that family, the parents are the first teachers. Okay, and in the same way the teachers are the second parents. And so the teachers have the great responsibility to provide such human touch to their students. Okay, otherwise they won't learn properly. Okay, otherwise it will be the relationship of I and it. So I and thou we have to create there in between the two, the teacher and the students. Okay, so next to it, let's go for that presentation. In that we were in between, we have completed the concept, I think, the concept of democracy. And now I'm going to go further in that presentation. So I'm going to share right now. Maybe that file is there in the browse section of this OneDrive MS Teams. So in this particular session, we are going to learn about democracy and education. Something more and something interactive we are going to do. Okay. So interaction will do regarding democracy. Okay. Is it visible to everyone?
No,
Yes,
sir.
that's visible.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. It is.
What is the
Yes,
name of
sir.
the file?
Democracy and education.
Okay, sir.
It is in OneDrive, not is in our knowledge and curriculum channel. It's in OneDrive, in my OneDrive. Okay, you will not find there. So is it visible to everyone? Masum, is it visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Now
It is
Yes, sir.
visible to us.
Yes, sir.
visible.
Visible, sir.
Okay.
Sir, it is.
There are different questions. Check it out. I will give you a minute for the first and question, not more than 1 minute. Okay. And I will also read these because some of you cannot, maybe it's not visible to you. Which of these is defining characteristic of democracy? So defining characteristic of democracy. So there are 4 different options are there. That rulers govern in the interests of the ruled. That rulers come from a wide range of social backgrounds. That rulers are directly accountable to the ruled on a regular basis. And the fourth one is that the proceedings of the legislative body are televised. So answer me, which one is the correct option, the correct answer? Defining characteristic of democracy.
The rulers are directly accountable to the ruled on a
Yes.
regular basis.
C.
Okay.
Option C.
Anyone else who wants to try? Anyone else who wants to attempt a different answer? If you have, you can give me.
Sir, B, that rules come from a wide range
D.
and social background.
Sir,
B.
it can be D, that the proceedings
Yes,
of the
sir.
legislative body are televised.
Okay. Then anyone else?
See, sir,
So
the rulers are directly accountable to the ruled on a regular basis.
okay. So any further attempt by any student? See, you have to answer because 2 or 3 students are answering in all the classes. It's not good. They are going to be a teacher, and then what you are going to be? The listeners only. So the option number C is right here. The Maitri answered and Masum as well. And so option number three means C. C for cat. Okay. So here we have question defining characteristic of democracy. We have to find out the particular characteristic which can define the democracy. Okay. So the most sorry, the most nearest, we can say nearest definition here is C, that rulers are directly accountable to the on a regular basis. Okay, because they are accountable, the rulers who are ruling, the ruling parties. Okay, that's why. And on a regular basis, for example, follow up we can take as the people of the country, as the people of the state, we have to take follow up, that we are not going to do. Okay, we are not doing it in reality, but it is very much important. So rulers are accountable, directly accountable to the ruled means who are ruled over. Okay, the people. Okay, so rulers are the party and ruled means the people. Okay, so the rulers have to answer the people in that way. So it is the defining characteristic of democracy. Okay, other things are also important, but these are not going to define the characteristic of democracy. So we have to very keen in answering any question, because such questions are asked in TET and TAT exams as well, and in more exams like this. Okay, so second one, try the second one. Direct democracy is the system in which citizens choose their representatives in free and fair elections. Then B, citizens are allowed to debate with their representatives in open public meetings. Citizens represent themselves in the decision-making process. And the last one, senior political leaders are known as directors. So which one is the correct according to you?
C, sir. Citizen represent themselves in the decision-making process.
Who was there? Nimisha. It was your voice, I think.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Then Kiran, you want to
Yes,
say
sir.
anything?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Maybe citizens choose their representative in a free and fair election.
Okay, so according to you, the first one is correct. Okay.
Yes,
And
sir.
according to Nimisha, the third one is correct. So any more attempt?
A, sir. Citizens choose their representative in free and fair election.
Okay.
B,
So
sir.
here B, according to Maitreyi, it's
Yes,
B.
sir.
Okay. Any more attempt? Look at the question, the statement, direct democracy. What is direct democracy? Masum, you want to answer?
Uh, Sir, I think the answer should be from A or B.
A or B?
A or B.
Okay, the first two. Okay.
First two. Because there is a free and fair election up to our knowledge. Exactly. And citizens are allowed to debate with the representatives in open public meetings. The possibility of the option B is less, and the possibility of option A is more. So I am thinking about A or B.
Sir, can I say something?
Yes,
C,
yes, yes.
sir.
Sir, actually, A, the option A, that indicates democracy. But we are talking about direct democracy. So it will be B, sir. That is what I think.
Okay. Once again, no problem.
C, sir.
Who is saying C?
Nisarg, sir.
Nisar.
Because, sir,
Okay.
our India, there is an indirect democracy.
Yes.
And Switzerland, like country, there is a direct democracy in which the public are indirectly rule or give suggestion to government.
Okay, that's very fine. So Nisarg is right here because see, when we see there direct democracy, so direct democracy is related to the people itself, okay, not to the rulers, okay. So here citizens have the role to represent themselves in the decision making process, okay. So here the role of citizens we have to identify, okay, as a representative in decision making process. That is very important, okay, because the question includes the word direct democracy is related to citizens only, not to the ruler party or anything else, okay. So when we represent ourselves in decision making process of the government, that is called direct democracy, okay. So these were the questions, and I think you tried well, everyone tried well, and next to it, yes. So any query regarding questions? If it is in your mind, you can ask me. Okay, then let's move on. So democracy and education, we are going to learn about some of the important definitions I have outlined here in this slide. So first one is, we all know him, he is John Dewey, okay, and we are going to learn about him. He is an educational thinker, a great philosopher, and philosopher is what? Philosopher gives definition of anything, that is philosopher, okay. So that's why he is a thinker as well as philosopher. He gave definition of democracy as well, and the relationship between democracy and education. So he says that democracy has to be born anew every generation, and education is its midwife. So very important and very deeper definition he has given here, okay. So someone please tell me the meaning of midwife. What is midwife? You can read the first line of the sentence. Okay, no one knows. So midwife.
Yes,
midwife.
sir. May I?
Yes, yes.
Midwife means a woman who is technically trained to give the birth of a child and to support to the woman who is going to give birth to the child.
Okay, that's fine. You googled it or what?
Google,
Google.
sir. Yes, sir.
No. Okay, so that was a right definition
Sir,
of
can I
midwife.
try?
Midwife is oh yes, why not?
Sir, in this sentence, in this context, midwife means like education plays the role of a midwife which polishes and nourishes democracy.
Yes. And
Contextual.
in every generation, yes.
Yes.
So contextual democracy is there. With the new generation, the definition of democracy is just changed or modified, okay. And education is just helping out here as a midwife. The role of midwife is here, the role of education, okay. So very important definition is given by John Dewey, and very easily understandable definition, okay. You can remember it very easily. So whenever you ask the relation between democracy and education, you can write this definition. Democracy has to be born anew every generation, and education is its midwife. And the second one, Kofi Annan. Kofi Annan is there in the picture, and there is one definition given by him. Education is a human right with immense power to transform. On its foundation raised the cornerstones of freedom, democracy, and sustainable human development. So what is there in this definition? Answer me. Your idea.
Sir, can I?
Yes, Shweta. Yes.
It is saying that that education is our human right, and that no one should be that by education one can understand freedom, but one need to have a freedom to get education. And by education we have we can get a immense power to transform.
Okay, to transform good things, okay, bad things into good things. Okay, so here the very important key term is there, human right. Okay, so basically it is human right with immense power, unlimited power we have with education to transform anything, okay, to modify anything, to develop anything, okay, with the education, with the help of education. And on its foundation raised the cornerstones of freedom, democracy, and sustainable human development. Three important terms are there. Freedom, okay, liberty of speaking, liberty of following, okay, liberty of living properly, okay, with human right. Democracy we are going to that we are discussing, okay. Then sustainable development. Human development is very much important, okay. Development in the lifestyle of human beings, development in the thinking of human beings, okay. So and so things are there, and education is here is just helping out as a basic human right. So Kofi Annan gave once again very important definition. The long it is a longer one, but if you can remember it, you can remember it and write it down in your answers. Then the next slide, I am facing a little issue with the network. Okay, maybe I think it's visible to you. So you are watching here the picture of Nelson Mandela. Okay, who was Nelson Mandela? Anyone answer me, please?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Nelson Mandela is Gandhi of Africa. He is a freedom fighter of Africa.
Okay, that's fine. So excellent. So Nelson Mandela is considered as the Gandhi of South Africa because he was the great freedom fighter who lived around 7 years, the freedom fighting movement in South Africa regarding the color difference. Okay, skin color difference is there. Here we have caste difference and religion difference, and there something new difference is there regarding color. Okay, here we can't have such difference of skin color difference because we have so many different colors and miscellaneous things are there in skin colors. But there it is there in South Africa as well as it was in America, and it is great. It was great freedom movement, and Nelson Mandela, long time he lived almost his half life in the South. So he gave here very important definition: an educated, enlightened, and informed population is one of the surest ways of promoting the health of democracy. So very deep and very can say, very basic things he has outlined here in this definition. So give me the idea of this definition in your book. It's very simple.
If the population, or you can say the citizens that are living in the country, if they are educated, enlightened means like if they are in kind of a blissful thinking or blissful state of mind, and whatever the government or constitution tries to do, they are informed, then these are the ways in which the democracy, the health of democracy will be maintained, or you can say the rules or the definition will be satisfied, the definition of democracy.
Okay, very good. So here the key term is health of democracy. Okay, health, very new term he used here. Okay, the term of medical sciences. So health of democracy. Democracy can be ill. Okay, it can be ill, and sometimes it's not keeping well if we are not following the rules and regulations of the constitution. Okay, so here he emphasized on the promotion of the health of democracy. Okay, by whom? Who are going to emphasize, who are going to promote this? So only the educated, enlightened and informed population. Population means citizens. We are here as a population. Okay, we the people of India. Okay, so if we are educated enough, we are enlightened or understanding enough or informed. Okay, informed means knowledgeable enough, then we can promote the health of democracy. We can develop the ideas of democracy in a positive direction. Okay, so that is what he is telling about the relationship between. Then the Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan, okay, the teacher of India. We are celebrating his birthday as Teachers' Day, as we all know. So Dr. Radhakrishnan Commission or the University Education Commission was there in it was a committee regarding the educational recommendations and suggestions constructed by the government of India in 1948 and 1949, between this particular year. So Radhakrishnan gave this definition in that particular report of this commission. Okay, because after every committee, that particular committee, the members of committee just prepare a report on the recommendations and educational suggestions. Okay, for the betterment of education in the near future. Okay, the recent trends and the future trends. So Radhakrishnan gave one definition here in this report itself. He says that education is the great instrument of social emancipation by which democracy establishes, maintains and protects the spirit of equality among its members. Okay, so very important words he has incorporated here in this definition. So I want a new voice here to answer me regarding this definition. Anyone else except Maitreyi, Masum, Shweta, Kiran, anyone else? So friends, here Radhakrishnan wants to say about the education as an instrument, as a tool, okay, as a medium of many things. Of what? He has outlined some of the things here. He says that it is the great instrument of social emancipation, okay, by which democracy establishes, maintains and protects. So three important words are there. First is establishes, okay, finding its place, a proper place, okay, occupying at some place and maintaining as well and protecting the spirit of equality among its members. Okay, so the fourth important key term is also there, the spirit of equality. Okay, so education as a tool is just helping out, it's just supporting here to democracy to be established, to be maintained, okay, and to be protected with the spirit of equality among its members. So its members has to follow the spirit of equality, okay, while establishing, while maintaining, and while protecting democracy in the country. And education will be the helping tool here, will be helping instrument here, okay, in a great way, okay, in the biggest way we can say that Radhakrishnan wants to tell us. Okay, then okay, is it visible to you? This I have just changed the slide.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
If you are not going to if you are not seeing anything on your mobile screen or anything else, you can just move here or there to get proper network. Okay, it's up to you. Okay, otherwise you can also listen me, and I am recording every session. Okay, so you will find the videos as well. So friends, here the great personality of democracy, we all know about him. Okay, Dr. Ambedkar, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar. Okay, so he says that democracy is essentially an attitude of respect and reverence towards our fellow men. Fellow men means our the people around us. Okay, so very important thing he mentioned here, an attitude of respect and reverence. Reverence is basically means respect. Okay, so one type of respect, the attitude of respect we have to develop, and with democracy it can be developed. If we understand the democracy properly, then we can respect us, otherwise not. So it's very important to have this type of attitude towards our fellow men, towards the people around us. Okay, basically he is talking about the equality. Okay, the respect for everyone in the country, apart from without thinking about the partiality or religious bias. Okay, then the second one, after this definition we are going to end this session. So democracy is not a form of government, but a form of social organization. So very important definition he has given here. He says that democracy is not the government. It is not a form of government or the structure of government. Okay, the prime minister or president or the state government's ministers or assembly members, these are just the helping hands of democracy. Okay, democracy is related to them, but democracy is itself not a form of organization, government, but it is a form of social organization. Social organization means, the last question for you, what do you mean by social organization? Anyone can answer me.
Social group, sir.
Yes, and what can we include in that such a group of society? Who is there in that group?
Sir, caste.
Family,
Caste.
peer group.
Okay, people of different castes, religions, okay, and different creeds or anything else followed by the people, but it should be organized well in this society. Okay, organization is very much important here. and democracy is just helping this organization in maintaining, in developing this organization. So it is particularly a form of social organization. Okay, very important definition given by Dr. Ambedkar. So friends, here we learnt about the relation between democracy and education in these different definitions given by different thinkers. Okay, of course, of the world. So now it's your turn to ask me anything, any question is there in your mind. Show me your faces as well. Ask me anything if it is in your mind regarding our paper.
No question, sir.
Okay, that's
No
fine.
question, sir.
Okay, so friends, we learned today about the role of education and democracy. Okay, so both are incorporated with each other. Okay, we cannot depart one from the other. Okay, both the things are going simultaneously. Okay, because the true education will depend on the true democracy. Okay, so friends, we are stopping here. We'll meet very soon once again. Okay, have a good day and stay safe, stay healthy. Goodbye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.